same stuff. So what we did is we started by pulling a lot of data together, and we built like a big, not very big, but a big CSV file by commune, where we have prices of apartments in constant prices, house prices, how many people had an accident, taux chômage, so unemployment rates, how many forests are there, so taux de boisement from 0 to 100%, solde migratoire, how many students, pupils per class. So we thought that maybe if there's a lot of them, you don't like that, maybe you want small classes, etc. And the distance to Luxembourg from the communes, right? So this is 2019 data. We thought about pre-COVID years because now it's all maybe a little bit biased. So we put all of this together into an app, and we also added Openstreetmap point of interests as well. Yeah, we have a very rough prototype. Maybe you can show the app. It has a debug view still, so this debug table here should not be there. But the idea is that if I'm looking for something in Luxembourg, I can put in my budget, I can put in my points of interest that really matter to me, like banks, of course, or whatever, parking, bars, etc. If I'm allergic to pollen, I may reduce the taux de boisement, for example. Instead of going to 100, I could go to 50% or whatever. And also the distance to Luxembourg City, if I work there, that's important for me, so I could reduce that, etc. The idea is, of course, to add a lot of them, a lot more, so we just did those because that's all the time we had. And then the idea is to not have this table, and all the highlighted communes are those that match these criteria. So then the idea would be to click on the commune and to see some statistics, but we didn't have time to build in the interactivity, so we have this little selector. So if I select Straßen, I get my statistics for Straßen. And basically this table is the lists, it's this commune, the list of communes there, so I can look here and I could say, well, Bekkerisch is in there, so maybe I can select Bekkerisch here and I get my stats. Again, the idea would be to have this all interactively. I just click on a commune and I have everything, but we didn't have the time. Then we just added another graph here, and this is just the same as we saw this morning, where we have basically the house prices in the y-axis and the distance to Luxembourg in the x-axis of all the communes that we selected that correspond to these filters. And the one we selected here, in this case Echternach, we can see it here, we can see where it's placed. So the idea again would be to add more points of interest, would be to remove this debug view, make the map actually interactive, and replace distance by time. So we actually managed to get the data raw, but we didn't have time to include it. But we have the time of travel, I guess by car, right?
Yeah, by car, but we could have also had by bike or by foot.
Yeah, ideally we would again select how much time you'd like to spend to travel to Luxembourg City. And yeah, I guess that's about it.
No, but time would be a lie.
Time would be a lie. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's never exact. That's you could multiply that by 3 or 4 to get to the true time. But at least distance is more objective. I agree. That's true. Yeah, that's about it. So we had a lot of other ideas like internet connection, but we then realized that Luxembourg is basically 100% everywhere. So we thought, okay, maybe it's not relevant. And ideally, one of our first ideas was also to have like a score of communes, like to rank them somehow. But we didn't really manage to find like an objective scoring method that could allow us to rank them. But maybe that could be an idea for a future version. And yeah, I sais pas si j'ai oublié quelque chose, maybe. Perfect. I guess that's about it then. Thank you.
Merci.